Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chai with Gary. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 4.
Three.
No, it should have been 4, but
It should have been four,
yes,
yeah.
should have been 4.
Should have been four.
But Chai,
Point taken. Point
Chai,
taken.
tell me what are your
Dude,
thoughts?
there are certain that's okay. Let me try to summarize this as coherently as possible. My biggest qualm with United today is I don't know which team's gonna turn up and how they're gonna play. For some reason, I believe Pogba has it in for Tottenham Hotspur or he has it in for Josie. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
He pulled off one of his best games in a United shirt today, like he did after post lockdown against Tottenham when he came as a sub. It
Mm,
was very similar. But look, great victory. I didn't expect it. As soon
yeah.
as I saw
We both
McFred,
we both expected a drab draw, a nil-nil
yeah,
draw.
yeah, I
I
thought it was a
honestly
Man City
thought,
repeat. Huh?
yeah. Look, the first half, I think we had no shots on target, zero.
Look, we should have scored. The goal should have
It
counted.
should have stood, right? It should have
It
stood
should have
because if
stood.
you look at the events leading to the goal, Son barely had any contact from the hand,
Right.
and the
I
referee had enough
mean,
time. But here's the thing about VAR, right? I feel that with VAR, you kind of put the referee on the spot a bit. When the referee gets called to look at the decision, then
yeah.
subconsciously in his mind, he's going to question the decision that he made initially,
Yes.
and so there's pressure at the back of his
Yes.
mind to change the decision. And so I think sometimes there's got to be an overhaul of I mean, how the
I
Premier League.
think, dude, apart from overhaul, it's a piece of tech, right? What
Mm,
needs to change is how you can make it as objective as possible, reading what's happened, right?
mm,
You always have to ask yourself, before VAR, would that have been a goal? And the answer would
mm,
be yes. Now, just
mm.
because somebody tickled somebody in his armpit and he fell down laughing, doesn't mean. And it was a different. It was a different set of play as well, right? So the
Yeah,
pass is made. Son's contribution to that has nothing to do with what was going to follow,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
McTominay made the pass already. I mean, it's
yeah.
only after that it's just. I mean, dude, come on, what's football gotten to, huh? It's just
It's just
shocking, man. It's
the
shocking.
worst thing is I feel for the player who scored.
Yeah,
He's left there, stood there. He's wondering if the goal is going to stand or if it's
yeah.
not. What? It's kind of killing the game, I think.
Oh, 100% it is. And you know what? The worst part is, especially these decisions where he goes and views the replay, that's even worse. Have a third, whatever, the referee who's on the byline, just have
Yeah,
him go look at it. You don't have to bloody drag your this thing because at this,
yeah,
never mind, dude. You know what? We scored the first goal. That's all I'm
yeah.
going to say. But actually, you know what? In hindsight, post that is when United
Mm.
actually got into the game. Before that, it was just,
We
sideways.
were we were so boring. It was another one of those performances that United had put in.
Right.
Another slow, lethargic, sideway
Like the sideways
passing,
passing.
uninspirational, boring.
And Bruno was bloody dreadful in the first half,
Bruno.
right? And you know what? I think the only difference from a standard lineup was he played Pogba on the wings. Now I know he used to play there a bit for Juventus and stuff like that. Pogba on the left hand
Yeah.
side, but what I think was different from a traditional McFred was having another attacking midfielder in the squad,
Mm.
right? I think that kind of changed he played more of an prominent role as the game went on. Usually,
Yeah.
and we've spoken about this. There's a lot
What
of really distance.
what really
Yeah.
surprised me is, Pogba was on the wing,
Hmm.
but quite often you'd see him drift in.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that kind of worked to the benefit because it kind of, number one, you're creating space for yourself.
Yes.
Number two is you're confusing the defender. So
Absolutely.
I think it worked to a T. Mourinho had no ideas. Tottenham had no
Yeah.
ideas. And I think Pogba had his best game
Yeah, 100%, dude. So I
this
think you know
season.
what the problem is. Pogba did everything right except the role he was actually meant to do in the team. Apart from that, he did
Yeah,
everything else well.
yeah,
and he was supposed to have broken play. He's supposed to be that midfielder who does that dirty work and stuff like that. Not necessarily,
Yeah.
but he just found himself in far more advanced positions than he normally finds himself in. So
Which
that
is
was
where he
obviously,
should be deployed
which
to anyway.
absolutely, absolutely. But then
You
it
know, he's
becomes
not
like,
a defensive midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder. But for whatever reason, we keep playing him in deeper
yeah,
roles where we can't really use his creativity. And
yeah.
I think if we can kind of keep Pogba there for the time being, the next few games, and see how he does there, I think it's a good option for us. But I
Hmm.
wanna kind of go into the goals.
Dude,
the
which goal do you want to talk
the
about?
one that we considered, okay, that was
Oh my.
look. I don't want to go into the negatives. Okay, we won the game. Let's just quickly touch on it. It
Yeah,
was another poor display by whether it's one Bissaka's fault or whether it's Villanlov's fault.
yeah.
One of them's got to take charge of the son. Because he's free. There was no one marking him. I mean, what's going on? So I thought, look, poor defending again. It's something that we keep repeating time and time again. There's no communication. There's no direction.
Yeah.
Maguire had a great game, but I think in that instance, he's got to take a bit more responsibility in terms of organizing the defense. Um,
Maguire, there were a couple of instances that he should have done better in the overall game. I mean, they got past
but
him
to be
way
fair,
too
to be fair, he
easily.
marked Kane out of the game, right? He took Kane
Yeah,
out of the game,
that's
and I
yeah,
think in that essence, he's done his job.
yeah.
But I'm saying in terms of the leadership role that he's been given as a captain, he's got to take a bit more responsibility in terms of
Mm.
organizing the defenders, positioning wise, shouting at defenders. Henderson had a great game, by the way.
Yeah, Henderson had a
Henderson,
good game. I think he
yeah,
had little to do, but what he had to do, he did really well. I think there were a couple of saves that uh, he pulled off, which was De Gea-esque in terms of the way he saved it with his legs and
yeah, with
stuff like
his
that.
legs and his
Yeah,
toenails and whatnot.
correct. So look, I think first half, I think Tottenham were the better squad. After I think they got into the game a little bit more after like we put in a threat of the goal, which was disallowed, obviously. But they came into the game a lot more. They created a lot of chances. I think they were attacking. They were attacking for most part of the first half, right? But here's where Jose Mourinho's team always kind of capitulates, and we saw that when he was our manager too. He scores and he shuts shop, right?
Shot
And
shot.
then
Yeah.
and then the problem is it all then rests on his defense to kind of pull him out of that situation.
Mm.
Fortunately for us, what we did differently that we didn't do before is when we came out in the second half, we strung a lot of very quick passes
Yeah.
together,
The
quick
tempo
forward
was a lot
passes.
quicker, a lot quicker. The movement is great.
Oh,
And I think
Cavani and Pogba were like two brothers in a
the
pod, dude. I mean,
yeah,
Jesus Christ, the
the
number.
they just knew each other's movements. Even Bruno, for that matter. I honestly feel
Bruno's
Bruno had
second
a really
half.
good game in the second
Second
half.
half, yeah.
He didn't score, he didn't assist, but his movement, his the fact that he took a bit more time to think about what passes to make, when to shimmy, when to
Yeah,
hold on to ball. I think that kind of played into our hands a bit more, and I think it was good to see that side of Bruno.
yes. And Bruno,
And
I think he realized that, look, he doesn't have to pull this squad all by himself. He knew there was a player like Pogba with him and he's playing well
yeah,
too. So that kind of took a lot of responsibility away from what traditionally Bruno goes through, right? So that's okay. So he didn't feel the need to do everything by himself. I guess that
yeah,
was something that was positive today as well, where, even if
yeah.
Bruno doesn't perform, there'll be players around him who do so.
Exactly. And I think that's the key thing here, right? When the likes of Bruno don't perform, someone like Pogba can step up, someone like Cavani can step up.
Well,
One
yeah.
day we hope that Daniel James can come and score a hat trick, but we'll see.
If he's playing
But I'm
against
saying
Mooney
the
Ponce United, then yeah, maybe.
the first goal that we scored, the passing that was strung together, Chai, it was just
It was.
beautiful. I've not seen us put
I've
a
not
set of
seen
pass.
Fred move that quickly in my life.
Fred was. To be fair, that goal, I tell you, if you had hit that maybe an inch or two higher, he
Yeah,
could
you
have
would
hit the
probably missed
bar.
it, right? Yeah,
So, to be fair, no, happy
I
for him.
think.
He scored the goal.
You
Cavani
know
should
what
have
that
got it
reminds
there.
me of? You know when Ole initially took over, and then there was a bit of intricate play between, I think
Martial
Lingard,
and Pogba.
Martial, and Rashford,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I think
yeah.
on the
Remember
left hand
that?
side where they carved Cardiff wide open, and then
Yeah, that first
Rashford
goal, the first
scored.
game.
Yeah,
That
first game, the
game.
one we won 5
Yeah.
nil. I mean, it was so slick, intricate passing. This is what we're capable of doing, Gary. This is what I don't understand, right? Why can't we do that more often? Is always a question. When you can play like that, and Fred can play like that,
Yeah.
why is he so how do I put it, withdrawn in most games?
Chai, it's that $1 million question that we may never be able to answer until maybe next season. I just think that we've got some players in key positions, but I think overall, when we look at our squad depth, we
Mm,
just don't have the quality to rotate our team for games. And
yeah,
I think when your key players get tired, the performance is going to drop. There's no
I,
subs that you can bring in.
yeah,
And I think that's why Ole tends to play, Rashford had a stinker, by the way, but he kept him there for a good chunk of the game.
yeah.
Greenwood came
Rashford
on
was in a
and,
bit of an identity crisis because he was fighting for the wing with Pogba, right?
yeah,
I mean,
I think,
two people in that position are quite redundant. So,
yeah.
I mean, I can understand why he couldn't. And Cavani was there as well. So I don't know what was going through Rashford's
Dude,
mind, saying, "Okay, am I
the
playing
thing is,
wing?"
Cavani
Um,
is best when he's in the box, but for whatever reason, he feels the need to come into defense, come into midfield. I just
Dude,
wish
but
the instructions were clear
yeah,
on where players need to be, because I think we'll be a bit more effective in terms
yeah,
of creating chances and things like that. But I
that's
just don't understand. But I want
look
to go
good.
and talk about the
Hmm.
that second goal now.
Second goal, dude. I mean, Mason Greenwood, dude. Oh, fucking hell. He's just look what a cross into the box. I mean, it's a very number nine finish, right? I mean,
Yeah,
now he's attacking the ball. Mason knew where to put it, and prior to that, Bruno had a bit of a nutmeg in. I don't know who he
yeah.
nutmeg, but and then he crosses it in, and then this guy just flings himself
Cavani
to
was
score a
free.
goal. All those are the kind of goals Nistelrooy used to score.
Yeah,
Those are the kind of crosses we used to put in the box back in the day.
yeah,
The only thing that would have happened is Giggs would have been putting in the ball and Nistelrooy would have been attacking it. That's
yeah.
that,
For
and
me, I
literally
think
that
the
thing reminded me, right?
the key thing about this game that I've realized from the rest of the games we've seen, the last 5 or 6 games we've seen, is that our strikers are actually getting
Chances.
opportunities to do something
Yeah.
in the box. Whereas in
Yeah.
previous games, they'll have maybe one shot the whole game, and if they don't
Hmm.
score, then they've had a shit game, right?
Yeah.
This time, Cavani had maybe 2 or 3 shots at goal, one
Yeah.
disallowed goal. We created so much for Cavani. So when I look at, in terms of priority going into the summer,
Yeah.
I don't really see the striker position that we need to fill up immediately, because I think if we give our strikers enough opportunities to score goals or to take shots, I think the goals will automatically come.
Agreed,
But that,
Girish, but I want
yeah,
to disagree with you there a little bit, right? So we do need a striker, but we do need a striker of a caliber of a prime Cavani, not a Cavani who's about to end his career. The reason I say that is we don't have a definite number nine. I would have taken fucking Lukaku, right? I mean, although we screamed and shouted at him when he was there, you froze.
I'm back. I'm back.
No, but I was just thinking you took offense for me saying
Yeah,
I can take Lukaku.
yeah. Let's shut it down now. Let's shut down.
No, but it's so weird, right? We need someone who can make those runs, who can make those moves. I think that's very crucial. I don't see Rashford making them runs. I don't see Marshall having the capability to make those runs. So we need a number nine. But first of all, I think before that, I think we need to decide on the type of game we're playing, right?
Yeah,
If you're going to be counter-attacking, it doesn't really matter who plays up front, right? We're just going to have like two
yeah,
chances in the game. We're just going to rely on the striker to finish it.
yeah. I
But
think I think we've got to decide on that for sure. And
mm,
then to the third goal that we scored, Greenwood, amazing shot. I think he only had one way to go, which was to shoot the close end of I mean, the
yeah,
near end of the goal, and shoot it really hard. And I think he took his goal really well. And you could see in his face, how
yeah,
happy he was and what it meant to him, because, he's not had, I guess, overall, I think
he's
an average season
yeah.
compared to last, where he just
Kept
scored
scoring.
left, right,
Yeah.
and center.
But you
You
know
know,
what?
but
I think credit to Mason, but I think Pogba's movement before that
dude,
created that pass in, it was absolutely magnifique. It was
yeah,
just so good.
Pog-
And I mean, that's the caliber of Pogba, right? What I don't understand is, again, consistency.
dude, look, consistency. Maybe there's something. He was also injured for a fair few games as well. I had
Yeah.
COVID at the start of the season, so all these things kind of come and play into effect of how you perform on the pitch. So
Mm,
look, end of the day, this Pogba in this position can get us 5 or 6 assists for the
yeah.
next. How I think it was about 8 more games left. I think
Seven.
we've got a seven.
Seven or
That's a
eight.
seven.
Seven, yeah.
Oh, it's
Seven or
seven.
eight, dude.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, seven. Yeah,
Seven or
that's right.
eight.
We
Yeah.
played 31 games. Yeah, 7 more games. Then I think we're set for second place, and maybe we have a
Certainly.
chance of closing the gap on City.
A little bit, yeah. City's
Yeah,
played a game. City has a game in hand, actually.
yeah, they do. Yeah, so
City
we
has a
could
game in
8 points
hand.
behind them if we win our game in hand.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
going to be interesting. Let's not get carried away. We're not going to
fuck
win the league.
no.
Okay,
But you know
let's
what?
not get carried away.
It'll be interesting because they play Chelsea this weekend. I think City too.
Oh, come on,
That'll be an
Chelsea.
interesting. That'll be
And
an
you know
interesting
what?
game too.
No, before that they played Dortmund. This
Yeah.
they lost to Leeds, and they're gonna
Yeah.
play Dortmund.
And
So
you know what the funniest part is? Probably Chelsea beat City, right? We'll go lose to bloody some. We'll go lose to
Burnley, we play
some.
Burnley, Chai.
Yeah, Burnley. Fuck me, Burnley.
We are
Yeah,
screwed.
we'll go
Okay,
draw with Burnley
I
or
don't
something
mind playing
stupid against
City.
them.
I don't mind playing Barcelona, but I don't want to play
I want to play
Burnley.
fucking
Okay,
Burnley, dude.
I don't want to
Bloody
fucking play
Burnley.
Burnley.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, teams like Burnley, Bournemouth, no offense to them, but it's just like we can't put a performance against them. I don't know what the fuck it is, man. It's like a bogey teams.
Yeah, it's one of those teams that will sit back and then we've got no idea. So
Yeah.
we
And
pass the ball to them, they
Tweedledee
pass the
Dump will
ball
be
back to
passing.
us. Ping pong.
Exactly.
Okay, so
But no,
Chai, that,
dude.
that was the game.
Yeah.
What I found quite interesting was the post-match interviews. Okay, obviously we didn't get the goal that should have been awarded. Solskjaer obviously displeased.
Yeah.
He comes back into the interview and he says, "Look, if Son was my son, Son was not going to get
Son was son, is
food."
it?
Yeah,
If son was
because he
son.
was like, "Son was son, Son the son."
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't get fed for a day or something like that. And Mourinho came back and he said, luckily Son's dad is a better person than Solskjaer or something down those lines. And you know, I just looked at this whole thing and say, man, are you like seriously out of the whole game? This is the one thing you really want to focus on.
You know what, dude? I think
And
before
I
we.
know, just to that, right? If Ole doesn't feed Son, that's fine. Rashford will always feed kids. Rashford's
Yes.
always there to take care of kids. So just sit back, Jose. Just relax.
But you know what, dude? Let's actually address this thing that was quite disturbing, and we all got past that WhatsApp message and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
any
yeah,
player in that position would have play acted, right? A little bit.
yeah.
So what you do there has nothing to do with your race and something that we don't
No,
condone,
no.
right? And it's absolutely the amount of hatred that he got, even from United fans, was fucking terrible, right?
Yeah.
It's not his fault. It's the referee's fault who's made the bad decision. So let's
Dude,
blame
it's
the
not okay. Yes, the referee, yes, but who has instructed the player to do that? Because I know Jose Mourinho has
yeah.
actually, if you look at the documentary, he actually
I know
tells
where
his
you're going. Yeah.
players,
Yeah.
he actually tells his players, you've got to act sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
End of the day, you've got to get the result, whatever means. Okay. That's his MO of how to win games,
Yeah.
win at
And
all
his
costs.
famous
Okay.
last words, you have to be a something that starts
Yeah.
with a C and ends with
See,
a T, right?
yeah.
It's
So that's just the way he does it. Okay.
Yeah.
What I don't like, I think we both don't like, is this media fascination, infatuation with abusing players based on their race, religion. We
it's not
hate
the
that.
media, it's the people on social media. It's
Social media, yeah.
yeah.
And I think the problem is there is again, I go back to this whole thing with who takes responsibility for this. Because sometimes when you look at some of these profiles of these people who are posting crap, it's all kids.
Yeah.
Majority of them are kids. Okay, they'll be like 12, 13-year-old kids, which is very, very disturbing. The fact that you're thinking like that at that young
Right.
age,
Yeah.
it's not right. So I think look, I've always felt this. I think the social media companies need to take a stand.
Yeah.
There needs to be account verification based on passport details or national ID card, something down those lines.
So
You need to
we're
be.
worried about security, about social media, and you're saying you put more. But I get you what your point. I get your point. So
People have to be held accountable, Chai.
that's true. That's true. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
How you do that probably is
They're not
not
going to do
something
that
that we
unless
can.
it's enforced by the government, correct?
That's true.
Because end of the day, if they get 50 million users compared to 10 million viewers, then there's a big hit to their shares.
Hmm.
So
But anyway, we're talking football, not chess.
yeah, we've gone,
So
we've digressed.
yes, but look, a great result all in all. I think
Yeah,
I didn't expect it for the start. I thought we'd be very defensive. So we were in the first half. I
yeah,
think whether it was Jose managing Tottenham or his persona anywhere close to a United player will make their blood boil.
yeah,
And I think that's what there was a reaction in the second half, which was great to see. It was great to
yeah.
watch. Hope most of this continues in the future. And we
Mm,
have Granada to look forward to this Thursday, no?
yeah,
Not Friday for us, but yeah,
that's a dead
irrelevant
game
for
for
me.
me.
Yeah,
We
it's
should
irrelevant.
go through. We should go through. But
Yeah.
then again, like you say, which United turns up, wait and see.
I
Hopefully, they're
just,
not. Huh?
yeah,
No,
no,
Granada
no,
skills
dude.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Just play the fucking kids, dude. Jesus Christ. Just let them
Yeah.
play. Diallo,
Surely Diallo has to
Jovetic.
start. Surely Van de Beek's got to start. I mean, dude,
Can
if you
I
can't start against Granada, then what is the point?
can I ask you a
Honestly.
question which has been burning in my head for a very long time?
Yeah.
Is De Gea no longer number one at United?
I think he's being forced out of the club. I
It's
think he's
such a
being.
sad, sad thing to see.
Dude, and the worst part is he left the club to go and see his kid's birth, and now he's being forced out of the club. He didn't leave because he wanted to go on a holiday mid-season because he just wanted to go on a holiday. He
Yeah,
actually went back to Spain to see the birth of his child,
yeah.
and now he's come back and he's been put on the bench. Look, I know. Look, Henderson's a great keeper and all that, but I think De Gea's gone. I think De Gea's gone. I think Ole clearly favors Henderson. The English press have this
Brexit
agenda.
FC.
Yeah, have this agenda against De Gea. Henderson's going to be the Euros keeper. The same with Maguire. If you look at United's defense, Maguire, no matter what mistake he makes, there's never
Mm.
any talk about his performance or him being dropped. So there's this mafia, I think, that's kind of ruling this whole thing
Especially the
in England.
journalism bits, right? So I think they
Yeah,
always have an agenda against the foreign players. Maybe right, maybe not. But look, it's whatever it is, right? I feel sad for De Gea, and
yeah,
I just wish him all the best for him to be such a faithful servant to the
yeah.
club, and the amount of times that he saved United single handedly. It's
We,
kind
to
of
be
it
fair,
would be
we
sad
shouldn't
to
have
see.
given him that contract, Chai. I think it
Uh,
was just ridiculous on our part. Who sanctioned that? I don't know, but it was a stupid thing. Because now what you've done is you've got an unhappy player
yes,
with a huge wage bill,
wait,
and no
nobody will
one's going
take
to be
him
able to
over
take
anymore.
him. So
Absolutely.
you've really shot yourself in the foot. So I don't know what happens after this. Um, we'll have to wait and see. But next game, Granada and then Burnley. So let's hope for a few
Well,
more wins.
yeah, man. Let's hope for a few more wins. And guys, this is our review of probably one of the best games that we've seen in a while United play. So please
Yeah.
do leave your comments below. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and support us. We will see you after the Granada game. Hopefully, it should be a simple victory for United go through. We'll see you
Otherwise,
next
I'm going
time.
to be super pissed.
Yes. Otherwise, Gary will be super pissed.
Yeah.
So will I. But quite frankly, I don't care. But only chance is silverware. Actually, I do care.
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
let's get that.
yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll see you guys later. This chat with Gary.